Good evening, welcome. Sorry for this slightly delayed start. Trying to sort out an issue with DinHUD, which is the overlay with all the standings and information on that we use in Automobilista. So, given that I've already delayed you, let's not hang around too long. Formula 3 Imola, 45-minute race. Everybody will have to pit stop because you can't make it with a full tank for 45 minutes. So, let's get out there on track. Qualifying has started just a moment ago. The guys are on their outlaps, so let's go and join them.
Trying to find some space now.
Hello, driver, to live on stream. I know you've just started qualifying. Say hello to our viewers.
Hello to our viewers.
Hello.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, we're going to be joined in the commentary booth by Joseph, but Joseph was AFK earlier. Not sure if he's back. Are you back with us, Joe?
I'm back.
Yay, good man, good man. Yes, we are here at Imola, the 2016 version of the circuit. Let's pick a driver to give us a tour of the circuit.
Come on, man.
Who's out there? Let's see if we can find them. Bart is coming round the last few corners, so we're going to stick with Bart. He's going to be starting his flying lap. He's just going round the Rivaza section of the circuit. Yes, everybody, I do have a little track map cheat on my other screen. Yes, he's now heading down Varienta Bassa, the start-finish straight, and Bart will be hoping to set a really nice time on his first hot lap. So now he's started his hot lap, currently doing 145 miles an hour as he approaches Tamburello. Fairly fast left-hander, stay off the curbs because they will unsettle these Formula 3 cars, then flat out down towards Villeneuve chicane. Now he was almost flat out on the first part there, managed to get the speed wiped off as now he approaches Tossa, the hairpin in this circuit. All back end stepping out, but Bart controls it very aptly, climbing the hill. Piratella is the next corner, sweeping left-hander. Then we drop down the hill to Acqua Minerale. You'll be familiar with this. Anybody who's at all familiar with this will recognise some of these corners. Tricky corner, the banking and camber of the track upsets the car, and we're now heading towards Varienta Alta. Another chicane for Bart to negotiate. This lap is looking very clean at the moment, very tidy, very neatly placing the car, and once more heading down to Rivaza where we picked up Bart just before he started his flying lap. So 2 more corners for Bart to negotiate. A lot of time can be made up on these 2 corners, just keeping it out of the sand trap there on the right hand side. Very nice lap from Bart here. Be interested to see what he does as Dan O'Neill sets the fastest lap. Manos Papangelou immediately takes it off him, and then followed by Niranjan Kumar. So Bart Zoink, whoa, that was close. Nearly pole for Bart Zoink. Second place, very nice lap indeed. Thank you, Bart, for the tour of the circuit.
No problem.
Joe, anybody you got your eyes on today? Who do you want to be watching?
I am currently watching James Nance. He's sitting in 13th yet to put in a lap time, but he's coming up to start a hot lap now. So I'm just seeing if he can keep it tidy running from onto the lap.
Who was that? Sorry, Joe, I was just distracted.
That was James Nance.
Okay, sorry. Let's go and pick up James. Yes, James currently in 13th place, but he hasn't set a time. So yeah, we're following James. I'll leave that commentary over to you, Joe, if you're watching him as well.
Yeah, he pushed it right to the edge of the circuit as much as he can through the first 3 corners, and now heads up to the second chicane, putting it again to the apex as much as he can, but onto the gravel. It's going to lose him a little bit of time as he heads up to the hairpin. He's going to get it tucked in as he heads out. And it's Florian Weiser putting in a pole lap at the moment. You were going to say something, John?
I was going to say, yes, exactly what I was going to say. Florian putting in a nice lap, 39.2. I think in practice we saw a high 38, so there's room for improvement there, I think, still.
Yeah, definitely room for improvement by about a second, probably. I think some of the drivers can put in an improvement on Florian's time. Definitely Craig Patterson, obviously one of our faster drivers. But Florian Weiser also up there in the top during the practice session.
Dan O'Neill's just snuck in the pole position, 138.7. Dan and Craig Patterson were doing a little bit of practice last night before we had our evening's race on the Marcas. So that practice looks like it has paid dividend for Dan. Still watching James as he heads around Rivazza towards that start-finish straight. So let's see if James Noggs can well, will be improving because he hasn't set a time yet, but let's see exactly where he ends up on that grid. Oh, that must have been a track violation somewhere on that lap. I think no time was set, or certainly not on my screen. Don't know if
no time set here either.
So Dan O'Neill's in the lead. I'm going to switch over to Dan. I think he's still out on a fast lap coming towards the end of the first sector. We're going to switch to the in-car view. Yes, there he is. He is riding from above and behind the car as he climbs up towards Variante Alta, I believe, having just negotiated Acqua Minerale. How's my accent going there, Joe? What do you reckon?
It's a very interesting accent. I don't know if people will be enjoying it, but it's a nice way of saying some of these names.
Oh, I'll do my best. Yeah, Dan now heading down the hill, showing how steep that hill is from this camera angle that we're watching at the moment. But he's got Franklin quite some way ahead in the distance, so that he'll be able to get this flying lap done, and we'll see if he improves on his 38.7. Looking good. Ooh, close, but not quite an improvement. 38.847, so a tenth down on his current fastest lap. Let's pick up on somebody else who is heading towards that start-finish line. Matt Legale, I think, is in the pit. Thank you, Matt. Or just heading out. I thought you were near the start-finish line. That's why you were just heading out, Matt. Who else is coming across that start-finish line? Matt Cook, 16th place at the moment. He's heading round past Rivazza. Matt was racing with us last night. I think I remember Matt was there. I hope I'm right. Apologies if I'm wrong. Craig Patterson just set the fastest lap there, Joe.
Yeah, an extremely fast lap. I was watching the end of that and he was closing on the two cars in front of him really well, but it actually is really small gap between the top two of Craig Patterson and Dan O'Neill at the moment, less than half a tenth of a second.
Well, watching Matt Cook at the moment, did Craig pick up any slipstream, do you think, down that start-finish straight? Oh, no, thank you, Craig. We're just checking that you didn't get a lucky run there. So Craig in the pole position at the moment. So we're running with Matt Cook. He's currently in 18th place. We'll see if he can improve on that position. 142.9 for him. First sector split. We're looking for a green. It is green for Matt. I keep calling Matt Mike because my old job, I used to work in a school and the headmaster was called Mike Cook. That's why I keep making that mistake. But yes, Matt had the green.
Could be interesting if you said that quickly.
Yes, indeed. Matt. Oh, I keep saying Mike. Matt has improved on the first sector. We're looking for the second sector split time. I'm going to get that in a moment. 1 minute almost dead for Craig Patterson. That's what he managed to achieve. Matt has his green again. He's 2 seconds down, but it's green, which is very nice to see indeed. If he keeps going like this, I would think he's going to be moving up 4 or 5 places, if not more. It's looking like a really tidy lap at the moment as Matt heads on down to Rivazza, the last corners of any difficulty for him to negotiate. Nice and tidy, tucked over to the right hand side, plenty of curb on the left, a little bit of space he could have used on the right, but he's keeping it all together and charging down to that finish line. Let's hope that he improves. It looked tidy, that last section. 42.9 to beat for him to move up. He does, 42.1 up to 17th place, but a few places there for Matt Cook. Anybody you're watching, Joe, and we'll switch over to him?
I am watching Thomas Langan.
Joe, I'm going to hand over to you for a second. I just need to deal with somebody else, so I'll hand over to you, Joe, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm currently watching Thomas Langan running in 9th position. He heads out the first selection of corners. He heads up to turn number 5 and 6 chicane. Going to get it to the left-hand side and swoops it back across to the right. Let's see if he's running any faster. He is. It's green, and it's about half a tenth of a second off of Craig's time, but a little bit of a wobble through the hairpin means he's going to lose a little bit of time, but he's going to continue running up straight along now to turn number 8. I'm not going to try and butcher these corner names, so I just call them by the turn numbers. Runs it right to the edge of the circuit, very nice indeed as he continues powering through into turn number 9. And then this right left of turn 10 pushes it over onto the turf as he continues running as much speed as he can. Let's see what the gap is. Again, it's another fastest for Tuamus, but it's not faster than Craig's, but he's going to be an improvement nonetheless at the moment, running through the chicane, pushing it very wide indeed. Gets it back onto the circuit. He gets around a back marker there, just moving out the way, slowing down to allow Tuamus Langan through as he heads up now to the final 2 corners.
Joe, sorry to interrupt you. I've got another family issue to deal with. I'm not going to be able to stream. Are you? It means I'm going to have to stop. Are you able to set yours up and take over the stream? Apologies for dumping this on you like this.
I will be able to if I can get my OBS all loaded.
Obviously, there'll be a pause whilst I stop my stream and Joseph starts another one. If you think you're up for that, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm afraid I am going to bail on this one. Apologies, viewers. Joe, do you think you can manage that one? What do you reckon?
I should be able to.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to stop mine now, guys. Hopefully, Joseph will be our saviour and get it all up and running for the races. 3 minutes of qualifying left to go. Many apologies, viewers, and to the racers. I'm sure Joe will have it up and running soon. Guys, sorry, I've got to go and do some personal stuff, so I'll catch you next week. And
Okay,
Joe, good luck to get that all going.
Catch you later.
Best wishes, mate.
Viewers, one last thing. Joe will be streaming only to Twitch. Is that correct, Joe?
Yes, that will be right.
Joe will be only streaming to
Cheers, Dan.
Twitch, and so you need to switch to Twitch if you're watching on YouTube. And I say apologies once more, but head over to Twitch, twitch.com/RaceDepartment, and Joe will have that stream up and running very soon indeed. Thanks very much, Joe, and apologies, everybody.
No worries, Jim. Thank you, mate.